I want to thank everybody for coming. I'm going to offer a prayer for the start of this performance. I'm very, very, very grateful Mariel agreed to come out here to bless this water, this special spot, Neskonlith Lake, or Neskonlith, who is part of my family line, as well as Mariel's. And so I'm really honored that Mariel is here, and we have this beautiful interlacing of our communities of Seal, Finshakwatma, sometimes known as interior Salish or plateau culture, but for us I think we just know it as South-to-Now, as our family. So I'm really honored that Mariel brought this canoe, which we also are displaced from in our knowledge of this canoe form. So to introduce it to this water, to this vessel, to Neskonlith Lake, is a really, really beautiful gesture that I'm really just so thankful for. It's what I hope that Bush Gallery can be, this meeting place for people from all backgrounds, but that centers indigeneity in our relationship to address why, for example, this side is a provincial park and that side is our reserve. And so how the many layers of colonization that makes those distinctions and those borders. And we didn't ask permission to be here today, and we're just gathered here as part of our Sokwama right title to this area, and part of our interterritorial governance and how we maintain relationships and territories. So I'll just open with a prayer, and then I'll hand over to Mariel. So Kukstakuk Galkukti, Skakakuk, Kukwai Kustam Alia, Gilgalkuknyo. Kukstakuk, Skakakuk, the Southqua, the Stephens, the Masmaskan, the Stipuya, as the Southqua, Alia, as Kanupatakuk, as Yayaku, Kukstakuk, the Galkukti, Kukstakuk, Stakuk. Sokwatmuk Ulu as how do you guys refer to our whole territory? Seal. As for Seal, they're Tamuk, Seal. Walmut Yaos.
Wai Hashalko, Jai Squeezed Anson, Kanapalax, was out. Can Niskan Marcel, can Hilda, can June Hilda, can Kikwa, Edward Fred, can Stemtima, Mary Abel, can Klaklaha, ourselves, or Jimmy Fred, Mariette Gregoire, I can't think of his name right now. Joseph Abel. That's my great-grandma.
I do that too, yeah.
Trying to think in my language and speak in English and say the words in the language at the same time is like a mind. It's hard. And so I've been really trying hard to learn my introduction, because in my introduction basically what I told you was how I'm connected to these lands, and if there was an elder in the area they would know exactly who I belong to, and that's why it's important that whenever we go to different areas and when we meet new people we give that proper introduction. It's a way to honor our family connections. Like Tanya says, we are actually relatives. I am from this part of the territory. My great-grandmother Mariette Gregoire, she is from here. And so when the opportunity came to bring this beautiful Salish and sturgeon-nosed canoe to this water, it was as much an honor for me as it was for Tanya, because I've never been to this lake. And my whole life I've lived here. We've always kind of seemed to have this rivalry between the Shuswap and the Okanagan. And, I don't know if it's just because of the baseball or what. But there's always been this rivalry, and I never understood, because we are from the north, we're from the head of the lake, and I have family that is from Spencer's Bridge and family that is from here, and so it's kind of hard to be like, well, I'm Okanagan when I'm not. I live there, and that's where my family spaces, but we're actually a plateau and we're all interrelated, and it's a very important governance that we maintain our family connections. And so today I wanted to share with you some of the work that I've been doing with the canoe and introduce you a little bit more to the canoe. I'm carrying my basket, which some of you recognized from the performance the other day. I have made this based on my grandmother's design. My grandmother was a basket maker, but like I was telling you, I never knew that we were canoe makers, and because my family they're all loggers, and logging is a big part of the industry in the Okanagan, and it's unfortunate. But this particular canoe, she belongs to all these waters, and I really feel like it's my responsibility, since I'm the only one who has one in the north, to share that with the community. And so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce her to the water with a song, and then I'm going to navigate her out in the water. But first I'm going to share with you this story that reminded me of why it was important for us to have canoes that are like this. And so on my wrist you'll see I have two tattoos. Dion Kazis actually, he tattooed me in 2015 and then in 2017. And in 2015 he tattooed me in my grandmother's cabin, the one that she had built but with her own hands, after my grandfather, who was a war vet and who was an alcoholic, had kicked her off her property. Fortunately for her, it was her property. He wasn't able to do that. But anyway, she built this other cabin, and it was a small cabin, and so that was the house that I was raised in. And Dion, he tattooed this tattoo. And in these tattoos, there are stories of how to get somewhere, how to live with the land. In this symbol on the bottom, it's a river. It means water. And the middle symbol is a path. And the top symbol is mountains. And on top of the mountains, there's a 5-petal flower that my grandmother used to get her power from. And her power was about, self and taking care and making sure that we have good thoughts and we have a way to deal with things that would hurt us. And so in this particular story, my grandmother talks about when a time when our people were whipping each other. There was a time when the Indigenous population were governed by Indian agents, and the Indian agents had their assistants, and usually they were community members. And they would allow their community members to flog anybody who was doing something out of order, according to the Catholic order. And for very many years, there was a separation between the settlers and a separation between the Indigenous folks. And it was because they wanted to keep us pure. They wanted us to be like real, honest Catholics who lived life the way the Bible said. And so we were an experiment. And it didn't work out very well, right? Obviously. But so this story here, she speaks about where she gets her energy to be calm and to be gentle and to be not forceful. Because a lot of times when our elders would come home from residential school, they were indoctrinated with what they were taught. And so they were taught to be firm. And my grandmother, while she was firm, she was also very gentle. And so I was blessed to be living next to her my whole life while I was a youngster, until she passed away in '93. And on the back here, you'll see there's these two lines that go right around. And this is a framework for a sweat lodge. And when I was working with Dr. Sean Brigman, he came up a couple years ago with the Chuli Mat Lodge, and he was telling me about different architecture, how canoe was a basket, how a high tanning frame is a Chuli Mat Lodge, these are materials that are gathered and everything was used. So it only makes sense that if there was a tree that was taken down, that we would make a lot of baskets and we would make a lot of canoes and whatever else that we needed. And so Dion really helped to open up my eyes, and Dr. Sean Brigman really helped me to see the possibilities of where our village life would have taken us. And when I was first introduced to this canoe, I just wanted to perform in it. He has 25, he's working on the 25th one right now in a community in Spokane. And when we had brought her to my community, I had engaged our group in a water ceremony, and most of you were a part of that, and I'll just tell everyone else now that you're here. So in a water ceremony where you're just greeting the water, you're just introducing yourself to the water, my elders, Richard Armstrong and Grouse Barnes, had told us to gather some water in your hand and use your breath to blow your DNA into the water, and it'll go into the lake, and then the ancestors will be able to recognize you from now on when you come up. They'll know who you are, and you won't be a stranger anymore. So what I want to do with this canoe is I want to do that, and I'm hoping that everyone will come up to the shore as much as they're comfortable. But what we're going to do is we're going to rub our DNA on the fabric, because this is an artificial fabric. The lake doesn't recognize it. It thinks it's a boat. So we wanted to know that it's a Salish and sturgeon nose canoe, and that it knows who it is. So basically what we're going to do, I'll do this side, but if you guys want to come up and just put some water in your hand and just rub it along the frame. We call water seaweed. Sounds fun. And my grandmother used to sing this song, and it's a song actually that I sang probably in 1995 with St. Native Music Company. And Mary Thomas, who's an elder who passed from here, she recognized the song as my grandmother's, and she said, "That was the most beautiful word that I've heard in so long. You sound just like your grandmother." You know. And her song was just like this. It was a song that they would sing when they were having a good time. I just turned it around so I can get it. I have to sit in the middle because I'm really light. important to have a really long pole. And there's something else that I want to try, because when you're in the canoe, you want to come and try to allow you to come into the canoe, because there's something really amazing when you're in the canoe. Where traditionally there would be a dark bark on the outside, but with the light color you can see the water. When you lay down in this canoe and you sing, it's like being in a different universe. So I'll try to do that. I hope you guys will be able to hear me. But maybe I'm going to be a little closer and not distracted with the waves. Story. Volunteered and said, I can make it. And so everyone's like, oh, you're come on now. You breathe air. How are you going to get there? They're like, well, you get to try and thing. How are you going to grab it first? And so they said, okay, fine. You can try. So Otter took a really deep breath. And she started singing. And then she started singing it in her head before she took a deep breath. And bubbles formed on the surface. And they were worried because they hadn't seen otter in a long time. They thought maybe the water had claimed her. So they had almost given up, and suddenly her body rose. And her hand was clenched deep tight close to her heart. Turtle carried her on her back and brought her to the people. And they opened up her hand and they found land. And so Otter was massaged back to health, put together from the other people, and had life blown back into her. And from that little bit of soil, we became. And from that Earth Diver story, the twin story happens. And when you hear all the Chaptik, they're all one really long story that is cyclical and can be told in different order. So So it's the kind of book I want to write. I'm going to try to go out and one more time. I think the lake must like me. Could you hear me when I was laying down?
Yeah.
Does it sound different? Do I sound the same?
It's like only a little bit different. But it probably sounds different to you with the,
Yeah, the echo. Okay. Not allowed to gather in these ways. There's a lot of stories that are lost. A lot of things we don't get to share with our relatives. But when I'm in this canoe and I lay down, I can hear them. And they speak to me. And they transform. And in the story of the earth diver, once the earth is made and people, the people to become, it's Coyote who transforms the people eater. And if you know the size of a sturgeon, they can grow to this size. So so on Okanagan Lake, when you pass the bridge, pass over the bridge, that's Windy Point. That's where Inhaha'it actually lives. And so if you go out onto the water, make sure you put an offering and so you'll have safe passage. Because sometimes Inhaha'it, he'll take you. And with the twin story is about Pangea and how the separation of the continents happened. And at the separation of the continents, it's a small creek that Creator tells the twin, the other twin. And in our stories, that's our white brother who comes, and he ends up carrying this paper because Creator left a note underneath a rock. And he said, leave that paper, I will be back. And Coyote's like, what paper? Okay, I'm going that way. And so the brother's standing here like this. All right, see you later. And he picks up the paper. And as soon as he opens the paper and reads it, Creator comes back and says, now that you have this paper, it's your responsibility. You have to find out everything that's supposed to be on this paper. And when you do, you bring it back here. And when you bring it back here, you'll make change. And so there's this small creek in Vernon. It's called Vernon Creek. I don't know what its traditional name is. But it's right downtown Vernon, right by Safeway. And in behind Safeway, there's this little old cabin. And there's a sign that says the jumping over place. Now, traditionally Venera was part of the creek, so it was easiest to jump over. But in my storytelling, how I imagine it is that one small area that the twin thought, okay, I can jump over this. They jumped over it and it turned into the ocean. And so he had to figure out how to come back. And then big boats happened and the rest is history. And here we are all together with the paper and with the canoe and with more and more of our architecture and our stories and our ways of being and knowing are coming to light, and people are starting to understand that it's not a bad thing, right? It's a good thing. That there are many things here that still need to be learned, and that a lot of these things that are being learned aren't going to be learned through science. They're going to be learned through art. Because art and science are a continuum, but we don't get taught that. We get taught that they're separate. And so I'm really hoping that with this canoe, with the architecture, with the story, that our young ones will never know what it's like to not be canoe people. That our young ones will always have this framework, and they'll always know the trees that they needed to use. And I'm really thankful that you were all able to come up here and that we were able to spend so much time on the water and just visit. And if you'd like to have an opportunity in the canoe, by all means, come and have an opportunity.
Thank you, Mariel. Sit down. We will spend some more time and then we can travel back to my place where we'll have a little reception, we'll have some food. I gotta do some cooking still, but I think if other people brought stuff, we'll just gather our food together and we'll share some food for this beautiful time that I am so thankful for. So
it's perfectly fitting to have a feast after.
Totally,
yes.
Totally.
It's very ceremonial. I'm so glad you were all here to experience and share this with us. It's not often that two women get to do this kind of thing, to be quite honest.
Thank you. Somebody go in the canoe! Yes, I want to, but I don't want to be first. I'll be okay, Julie.
Yeah. So you just want me to... Yeah, so it's super easy to get into. Like if you kind of put it to the side and like it's kind of like a regular canoe. Not like a regular canoe. Very different. Because if you put too much weight into one area, it's like it's fabric, so it might break. Okay. So what we do is we go up to the shore a little bit more. And you kind of like. And the way that I got in was like a straw. Like one. Yeah, but you don't want to put pressure on the bottom. You put pressure on the floor. On the floor. Yeah, on the ribs. All right, in. They aren't like Coleman canoes, right? The Coleman canoes, they have, they're metal. Oh, nice. Yeah. It's because I think they stood in them, that's what.
Yeah. It looks great. I understand it. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's definitely not like a regular canoe. Very tippy. You can't just step in it with 2 feet and then sit down. And it makes you think about these things as a traditional implement, right? It's like, oh, okay, so traditionally you would have had to be sensitive to this, even a bark, like a Coleman canoe was made from a bark frame, in a giveaway frame.
We should call your girls to see you too. I know. Hey ladies! Oh, honey! Hey honey! Look at your mom!
I'll go put some dinner on.
So the rice is just 6 cups of water, and then I have 2 salmon that are in the fridge. I put 2 cups of rice in, 6 cups of water, I put 2 salmon that are marinated, and the salad already. You just have to be very careful with the ends because they're... Oops, sorry.
Okay, now the big sun part's from the beginning.
Well, you have to do the same thing, so have your hands on the floor, because when you put too much pressure on the gunnels, it'll push down on the
I will say this, it smells delicious.
I know the cedar smells so beautiful.
Right? Ooh, stealthy.
Yeah, you did it.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to remember though, right?
And it feels really natural on the water, actually.
The cows
So beautiful. Yeah, well, because it's a little bit wider.
You want to go in it? Maybe I'll see if Mariel will. Or we can hold it while you go in it. Yeah. Mariel, can we hold it? Skylar goes in it? Okay.